Good morning. Welcome to another week of tips and ideas. You know, it's interesting, as I was getting ready to set this video up, I noticed the date. It was, I'm doing this on 3/2/2012. And 2012, oh my gosh. It wasn't too long ago we were worrying about the millennium, everything's going to crash. When the date goes from 1999 to 2000, people were running around in a panic and they were getting food and they're getting supplies and all kinds of ideas because they thought the planes were falling out of the sky and everything was going to happen because of the big computer situation. And 12 years later, here it is in practice, and I'm still reading the newspapers every day or the trade journals talking about how to get more new patients, and we're going to lose this, we're losing that. It's kind of like life is always Chicken Little running about the sky is falling. When I was in practice back in the late 70s, the big fear back then was we're losing insurance. The good news about, not insurance, we didn't have insurance. We're losing x-ray. We were talking about not being able to do x-rays anymore in the late 70s. As long as I've been around, there's been some fear of loss of something. And it seems like it continues to permeate everything. So recently, the talk is on the economy. The economy is bad. People are having a hard time. I did a talk the other day for a relicensing program last Saturday actually, and a man was there arguing for the fact about unemployment, arguing how everyone's lost their jobs, arguing how no one can afford care, arguing. It was like he was invested in this fact that the world's coming to an end, and he got angry when I told him that it doesn't have to be that way. He's going, are you crazy? Aren't you looking around? Don't you see what's going on? Yeah, in 1980, the mortgage rates were 21%. You try buying a house with 21% interest and see how that payment's going to be. People were lining up and shooting people, actually, to get gas at $1.65 a gallon. Now it's $5 a gallon. Life always has its challenges. Life always has its ups and downs. It's never going to stop. Truth is, I think we're something around 7.5% to 8% as the normal unemployment rate for the world or for the United States. It's 9% right now. And so when you look at the whole predicament, about 1.5% of the population actually seeing chiropractors, then if 10 people or 9% are unemployed, that's only leaving now about 80%, 90% of the population that you can be seeing without a problem. I was having a conversation with the doctor actually yesterday, and he was talking about how the practice had gone down over the last couple of years because, of course, the economy is bad. In the same conversation, he pointed out that one of his clients, his patients, has just gotten a bonus of $500,000. Wow. And yet, earlier he's telling me that because of the economy's going down, his practice is going down. You see, it all comes down to perception. How do we perceive these things? How do we look at it? How do we play with it? It's not the information that's important. It's how we respond to the information that makes it important. If your idea is that no one's got money, guess what? No one will have money. If your idea is we're going to lose something or lose our rights to practice, guess what? You'll probably lose your rights to practice. But as long as we sit there and understand something, we are the alternative to medicine. We're not alternative medicine. That's the thing that's not the paradigm. People don't know that. People aren't understanding what we do. They're looking. I was watching this video infomercial the other day on Insanity, that workout, Insanity. They're selling the same for the last couple of years. People are paying, $150 to sit there, and they're told this is tough. It's going to be hard to do it. You probably won't finish it. They're telling them everything negative about it, and yet they continue having infomercials on a daily basis. You can't have infomercials on a daily basis if you're not making some sales. So it's a cash deal. No insurance is covering it. People want to be healthier. People are buying books on health. They're buying the paleo diet, the this diet, the that diet, all these different diets. People are still looking for better health. If people knew what you did, if people knew what knowledge you have and how you could help their life, they would come flying to you. The problem is we sit around trying to be allopaths. A lot of our profession is still working on trying to be pain relief doctors, sports injury centers, or any type of musculoskeletal treatment, and we're missing the boat. But guess what? You're competing with all the allopaths in your community. When you're out there advertising the same thing, when we get you out of pain, then people are going to come to you based on, it's a commodity. Pain's a commodity. They're going to look at, well, why go see that doctor when I can go see that doctor and my insurance will cover? Because to them, getting out of pain is like going and buying an aspirin. It's a commodity. What you want to be is unique. What you want to understand is change the paradigm. Change the paradigm of what you talk about in your practice to that of healthcare. Talk about how dysfunction or subluxation creates irritation, inflammation, and results in pain. Talk about treating pain is the end item. You got to work for the dysfunction. When people walk in and say they want to be out of pain, great. Tell them to get them out of pain, but show them the mechanism. Don't just get them out of pain and then say, oh, now let's get under care. Let them know up front why they're having problems. No matter what's going to happen, you're going to change it. You're going to change it. You change your paradigm. You change the conversation in your practice. You lead people to where it is that you want them to know. What's unique about you? That's a question you got to ask yourself. What's unique about you? What makes your practice so different they should go bypass all the other hundreds of people in your town and go to you? Answer that question for yourself and you got it made. I'll see you next week.